I'm Levi, a creative, adventure seeker, and explorer by heart. A few years ago, I set out on a mission to find the most unusual, inspired, and unique one-night stays in America. And I'm taking you with me. This is Tiny BNB. Let's go. This modern tiny house right behind me, let's go check that out. To this unique modern tiny home right behind me. It is so beautiful, as you can tell. I'm really excited to give you guys a tour of this place today. We are located in Atlanta, Georgia, right in the heart of the city, really close to a lot of cool things to do. So this would be definitely one I suggest if you're ever coming to Atlanta, Georgia. So whenever you pull up to this place, it is located in somebody's very private backyard. They made this getaway totally for the user. So whenever you pull up, you enter your first gate and you're greeted by this huge sign with an arrow pointing you in whichever way you want to go. There are 2 homes on this property, and you just pick whichever gate is yours and you'll open it up and you'll walk into your very secluded, private, entire backyard area with your tiny home. First thing you'll see on your left is this raised up concrete slab which has a ping pong table outside, which is really neat. And then you greet your large area, which is your main area. The first thing you'll see in this main area on your left side is this hammock. There's lights behind it and plants behind it. And as we continue along, you'll see 2 chairs over here, kind of in this corner nook, surrounded by the vines and the bushes and the greenery. And you have a solo stove fire pit right here. It is a smokeless fire pit, so it's really perfect for if you're ever in the city, have your fire and enjoy your evening together with your friends and family or whoever you bring, because this home does have enough room for 4 guests, which is really cool for a tiny home. But anyway, now we'll move on to the actual tiny house. As you can see, it is really large and it's very beautiful on the outside, from the wood around the door and the gray. It looks like metal siding. I'm not sure what it is exactly, but the wood, the dark wood, and this gray and the white garden right in front of it, all just really blends in together and looks super modern, especially with all the angles that this tiny house has and all the windows and where they're located. It looks really cool. All the detail in this front yard area is just what really sells it. But now let's just take a step on the inside of your tiny home and see what it beholds. So whenever you walk in, you're greeted into your tiny house. Now this is something definitely that I think is really cool. I've never seen before. The first thing you might see though is you kind of enter your living space area. You have a 2-person couch right here and it faces the front door, but there's also a TV up here that can move in and out or wherever you want. And it's really neat that a tiny house has enough space for a couch that is put in an appropriate area. Kind of attached to the kitchen area is this hang-off table with 2 seats right here. If you're alone, you can kind of just sit here by yourself. You could eat here or work here. Another thing that is cool about this is if you need extra space or you're just sick of it, you can unlatch it and it lowers and it saves more space. But if not, you can just raise it back up and you have it to sit at or eat at or whatever. And yeah, it's really inviting place. So over here now on the left side is definitely my favorite part of this tiny house, is this nook where the master bedroom, I would say, is at. It is this enclosed nook, so you can open and close these doors and you can be really private in here whenever you're sleeping. You can be blacked out for sure if you want it to be, but it's just this own little area that is really neat and it looks really cool inside this tiny house. Now underneath this bed, you have these massive drawers. I didn't know how massive they were until I pull them out, and they just keep pulling and pulling out. You can fit a lot of stuff in these drawers. Right on the left side, they have one with your fire kit and stuff and your ping pong stuff. The middle one, they don't really have anything in them, so they're for you to use. I fit all my stuff. Honestly, my entire body can probably fit in one of these drawers. So we'll leave that and we'll continue on with the rest of your tiny house. Now you're getting to a big portion of it, which is your kitchen. This kitchen is definitely very large for a tiny house because it's on both sides. Actually, it takes up a lot of space. There's a lot of countertop space to be used. On the right side, like I mentioned earlier, you have the seats, but we'll continue along. You have more countertop space. Continue along the side of the kitchen, you have your white cabinets, and you got some floating shelves up above that have some of your dishes. You also have a dishwasher in here as well, which is really unique to a tiny home. They typically don't have those, but you do have this mini dishwasher right here. And the last thing on this side is a full fridge, actually. Yes, this tiny house has a full fridge and freezer. Now, on the other side is, of course, your ladder to get up to the loft. We'll get to that in a second. You have a side table right here, right next to this couch, and then you get to your other part of the kitchen, which has more cabinets. This houses all of your cooking utensils and dishes, and of course your trash can. But up above it, you have your stovetop. There's a 2-burner piece right here for cooking needs and anything like that. There's, of course, your Keurig coffee maker. You gotta have your coffee, and they just provide everything you need right here. And right next to that, you have your pantry area, and it houses your microwave and toaster. And at the bottom of it, there's actually a coat rack or just hangers for your clothes right here, and additional storage. And now the last thing on this floor is your bathroom. This bathroom for sure blew me away for what it offers. So of course it's a sliding door, and which is much needed in a tiny house, so they don't take up space, and you just open it up and you have this huge bathroom. On the left side, you actually have a full tub and shower with subway tile, of course, which I love, and it just looks really cool. And on the right side, you got your full vanity sink, of course a huge mirror, and just some nice decor pieces that fit with the bathroom, that serve purpose. And underneath this, you have all your cabinet space. There's actually a lot of cabinets in here, and you can store all your stuff. They also have some stuff in here for you to use. And also something unique about this is this tiny house has a washer and dryer combo unit right here. It is tiny, so it fits in with the home, and it's really cute, and I just love how they offer that. There's nothing really here that they don't offer in such a tiny space. It is incredible. Now, the last part of this home, we will head back outside, and of course we will get up on the ladder. This ladder is movable. You will move the ladder wherever you want, and you'll just climb up to your grand loft area. This is the largest loft in a tiny home I have seen. There's actually space for seating. They have these 2 cushions right here, this floor cushions to sit on, and you could fit, I guess, a couple people up here if you had to. There's windows up here all along the sides, and of course you have your full bed right in the middle with some lights above it. So yes, this is where if you have 4 people, 2 people sleep up here and 2 people can sleep on the bottom, and you can close the doors. You'll be totally basically private from each other. But now let's go check out our next Airbnb, a modern tiny house retreat. Let's go check that out. Welcome to the Tiny Home Retreat. This place is very beautiful. It is right in the heart of Atlanta, Georgia, which is where we are at today. And I'm very excited to show you guys a tour of this tiny house. If you decide you're coming to Atlanta, Georgia, and you decide come stay here, you'll pull up in a very suburban area, and you'll walk to the gate of the backyard where this home is located. You open up the gate, and you just continue walking, and you're greeted to your tiny home. This is a very gorgeous area. As you can see, it is fenced in all the way around. It is a very cute little spot. There's actually a lot of privacy for where you are located. If you look to the right, there's this little nook that borders the actual home, which is blue, and I think it matches really everything here, and they have some lights right here. You have your other seating area that has a slate gravel. There's windows for decor up on the fence, and they have the string lights just hanging around. They have bamboo shoots coming out behind the 2 seats right here, and there's even a smokeless fire pit right here to enjoy some nights if you want to have a little fire. But right behind me now is the tiny home that you will be staying in. But if we just take a step back and look at the entire tiny home as a whole, it does really look modern and really nice on the outside. Definitely a different look than any other tiny home I've seen. Just the angles and the architecture and the wood and just the style of it all looks really cool. So now I'll just take a step inside your tiny home. Whenever you walk in, you can clearly see how bright and open this tiny home is. The outside feel definitely fits the inside feel. It feels really cozy and comfortable in here. Nothing feels awkward. I think the owner designed this place really well. So the first thing that you might see whenever you walk in is your kitchen area. Now this takes up a pretty good amount of space for the amount of square footage that you have for this home. Lots of countertop space. It is all white and clean looking with the light colored wood for the cabinets. Right below all that, you do have all your cabinets that have all the cooking utensils or dishes that you might need. bed. There's a microwave right here. There's also a mini fridge. This is probably the smallest fridge I've ever seen, but it is really cute, and they provide a lot of snacks and drinks for you in this Airbnb, which is a nice plus. So now above that is the countertop area. This countertop area has a lot going on, actually. So on the left side, there is your huge sink. It is really deep, and then right over there you have your actual cooktop, which is really nice. And then you have your coffee bar set up right over to the right of that. Anyway, on the other side of this kitchen is your seating area. The seating area is very large for the tiny home, which is nice. This is a full-size table with 2 chairs for 2 people, and it's really comfortable. It doesn't collapse or anything. They have a basket right here in the middle with some goodies and decor, and then this huge window right across from it. It looks really nice. It just lets in that all the natural light, and you can look out onto your little property fenced in area, and you can close the window, of course, with the blind right here. And now we'll just continue on with the rest of this space, which you have your bed and sleeping area all right here on the end of this tiny home. Underneath it, they do have an iron table set in case you ever need that if you're here for a business trip, and they have some games if you're here with some friends. Above the bed, you have these 2 dangling lights for each side, which is really cool and nice to have. They're not very bright at all, so if you want to read or anything, you have lights right there. And then the decor above the bed is super cool. And on the right side of this bed, there's a side table for you as well that has your welcome sign, a couple Airbnb magazines and whatnot, and it's attached right above it are hangers to hang some clothes and stuff like that. Now on the wall across the bed is another window, but what they did was they put this huge mural up on the window to cover it up so you're not really looking into the neighbor's property. Now probably my favorite thing of this tiny home is where's the TV located. So you press this button and the TV pops out from this little board piece at the foot of your bed. It is so cool to have to watch it just come up and down whenever you're done with it, have it go down for the night, and it's just gone, and it is a great use of space. So now continuing with the rest of the home, on the other side you have your full bathroom. The layout of this bathroom is really neat. There's of course your toilet right in the middle. On the left side you have your full shower. Of course the subway tile with the gray grout instead of black. Across from that you have your beautiful sink and vanity area. There's a lot of detail in this. The huge mirror with a really cool light right next to it. Of course your huge sink, and they have a couple other accessories right here as well. And then right under that they have plenty of drawers to have everything else from a hairdryer to all your towels and all of that such. So that is your modern tiny home. The outside of this looks really cool, and the inside as well. It just all fits together, and even the coziness of this little property with the fence, it all fits together perfectly. I think I would highly suggest this place for anybody wanting to come to Atlanta. This tiny home is truly something to come marvel at.